Hello everyone and welcome back to the Dungeon Learner's Guide. Today we've got something that's going to look a little bit similar, but also a little bit different than what we normally do. So typically, on Fridays we have our Commander's Guild deck techs, and that is still technically the case, but this is going to be a little bit of a new thing that we're doing, and this is called the Treasure Vault. Before I started posting videos to YouTube, I actually made a handful of decks using the same Commander's Guild rules that I use for our normal lists. And because I didn't make videos on them, but they still technically fit what we are doing, I wanted to spend some time to talk about them, and I have been playing games with these decks as well, so we do have a game to show off as well. So with that being said, if you haven't seen our normal Commander's Guild videos, what we are doing is randomly selecting a card from scryfall.com or from among suggested cards, working with a budget of $100 or less and building a commander deck for Magic the Gathering around a theme of the chosen card. This week, we are focusing in on our random card from February 12th of 2021, so almost 6 years ago at this point, or I suppose 5 years ago. I'm not quite sure how math works. But that card is Commence the Endgame, and that is 4 blue for an instant. This spell can't be countered. Draw 2 cards, then amass X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. So looking at this card, you're like, oh, this is an instant, it's a draw spell, it amasses, there's plenty of stuff we can do. But what we actually focused in on for this deck is the line, this spell can't be countered. And to play along with that, I decided we would add a color to our commander and play Taigam Ojutai Master, which is 2 white-blue for a 3/4 legendary creature human monk. Instant, sorcery, and dragon spells you control can't be countered by spells or abilities, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery from your hand, if Taigam Ojutai Master attacked this turn, that spell gains rebound. So this is a great way for us to cast multiple spells in a turn, but it also prevents a lot of our most important pieces from being countered. And if our stuff can't be countered, then we can kind of play around with some unique synergies and some ways to make Taigam as well as Commence the Endgame game-winning spells. So with that being said, we're going to move into some of our themes for this deck. The first, which we've kind of already touched on, is going to be drawing cards. Commence the Endgame does draw cards, but it is 6 mana, so we do want some repeatable and some cheaper card draw effects to make sure that we can kind of just churn our way through our deck and find all of the pieces that we need. A good example of this is Chemist's Insight, which is 3 and a blue for an instant that says draw 2 cards, and it has Jumpstart, so we can cast it from our graveyard by discarding a card and then paying its other costs. Notably, if we did attack with Taigam, we could then cast Chemist's Insight for 4, draw 2 cards, and then on our next turn when the spell rebounds, we can draw 2 more, and then we can jumpstart it and draw another 2, which 8 mana total across 2 spells for drawing 6 cards is not great, but it's also not the worst, especially because it is an instant. We can do it whenever we want and just kind of pick and choose our moments. Moving on to our second theme, and this one actually plays in very well with our instant speed card draw, and this is Counterspells. So we want to really control the game, and since we're playing blue and white, Counterspells are one of the best ways we have to actually control what's happening on the board. But to go along with our counterspells, we do actually have some payoffs for running so many counterspells as well. And a good example of that is Lull Mage Mentor, which is 1 blue for a 2/2 Merfolk Wizard. Whenever a spell or ability you control counters a spell, you may put a 1/1 blue Merfolk creature token onto the battlefield. Then you can tap 7 untapped Merfolk to counter target spell. This is a great payoff because as we are controlling the board, we're drawing cards, we're countering anything that could take us out of the game. We're also amassing an army of merfolk creatures that can attack, but can also continue to counter spells. So we really want to lean into the control style game plan and make sure that we're holding up our mana to draw cards if we don't counter something. Moving on to our final theme of the deck. This one is dragons. Because Ojutai specifies that instants, sorceries, and dragons can't be countered, we have cards like Ojutai, Soul of Winter, which is 5 white-blue for a 5/6 legendary creature dragon. It's got flying and vigilance, and whenever a dragon you control attacks, tap target non-land permanent an opponent controls. That permanent doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. This is one of those cards that really rewards us for going wide with dragons. Now, the only downside to our dragon sub-theme is that in 2021, when I put this deck together, there were not a ton of blue-white dragons for us to choose from. There really were only the dragons from the original Tarkir sets. Now, since then, there have been quite a few other dragons that fill very, we'll say, niche roles in the deck. But because of that, the deck list is not going to have a ton of modern dragons in it. But that brings us to the end of our themes for today. And the next thing I want to do is take a look at some key cards in the deck. And these are cards that really synergize with what we're trying to do, and in a lot of cases are win conditions or value engines all on their own. So starting off, our first card is Myth Realized, which is 1 white mana for an enchantment. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a lore counter on Myth Realized. Then you can pay 2 and a white to put a lore counter on Myth Realized, and you can pay 1 white, and until the end of turn, Myth Realized becomes a monk avatar creature in addition to its other types, and gains, this creature's power and toughness are equal to the number of lore counters on it. So if Myth Realized has 5 counters, then we can pay 1 mana and make it into a 5/5 creature. It's also very important to note that it will go back to being an enchantment when the turn ends. So that means that it gets around things like board wipes, it gets around sorcery speed removal. It is a great way to just kind of let us play out our game plan, cast a ton of instants, cast a ton of sorceries, and then eventually, when we have a giant number of counters on our Myth Realized, start swinging to knock people out of the game. Moving on to our next key card, we have Guile. Since we're playing so many counterspells in this deck, Guile is another one of our big win conditions. It is 3 blue for a 6/6 elemental incarnation. It can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. If a spell or ability you control would counter a spell, instead exile that spell and you may play that card without paying its mana cost. Then when Guile is put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. This is one of those cards that basically just allows us to steal our opponent's win conditions and use it against them. So we don't have to stress too much about loading up on too many counterspells, which is not a phrase that a lot of people want to hear, but it's a great way for us to take the game-winning threats, to take the card draw engines, to take the value pieces, and use them to win the game, even though they're not in our deck. And then finally, we get to our last key card, which is my personal favorite card in the entire deck, and by far my opponent's least favorite card in the entire deck, and that is Dovescape. Dovescape is 3 and then 3 hybrid white-blue mana for an enchantment that says whenever a player plays a non-creature spell, counter that spell. That player puts X 1/1 white and blue bird creature tokens with flying into play, where X is the spell's converted mana cost. This is a little annoying for the table, I will not lie, so do be aware that if you play this deck, this is a card that a lot of people are going to get frustrated with, because a lot of the ways that people can remove Dovescape come from non-creature spells. They're instants and sorceries, sometimes even planeswalkers, and this is the kind of thing that just shuts them down and gives them a ton of birds. Where we really benefit from this card, though, is Taigam specifies that our spells cannot be countered. Dovescape will attempt to counter any non-creature spell played, but does not require the spell to be countered in order to make the doves. So, for example, if we cast Commence the Endgame, which cannot be countered, Dovescape will attempt to counter it, and then make 6 bird tokens because the spell's mana value is 6. However, since Commence the Endgame cannot be countered, we will still also get Commence the Endgame. For us, this is a huge benefit to what we're trying to do because we're getting our spells and we're getting our bird tokens, while the rest of the table will only get the birds, meaning we should, and that's a very important should, be able to slowly grind out value and take out the rest of the table, because even though they may be also getting birds, we can get, hopefully, more birds because we will be drawing more cards and playing more spells. Anyway, though, that brings us to the end of our key cards for this week, and the next thing I want to do is take a look at some cool interactions in this deck. And these are cards that really synergize with each other, but in a lot of cases are just fun cards that I want to highlight. Starting off, our first pair of cards is going to be Sphinx of the Final Word and Ice Cave. So Sphinx is kind of a backup Taigam. It's 5 blue for a 5/5 Sphinx. It itself can't be countered. It has flying, hexproof, and then instant and sorcery spells you control can't be countered. So this is a great way for us to guarantee that we can have a creature hit the board. But it's also one of those ways that we can guarantee a backup Taigam just in case our commander gets killed too many times. And the reason that we want to make sure our things are uncounterable is so that way we can drop an Ice Cave and know that we are completely safe from our opponents. Because Ice Cave is 3 blue for an enchantment. Whenever a player plays a spell, any other player may pay that spell's mana cost. If a player does, counter the spell. This is a very tricky card to build around because it does include color. So if we cast Ice Cave and someone somehow had an Ice Cave in play, then anyone could pay 3 blue to counter our Ice Cave. But because of Sphinx of the Final Word, our instants and sorceries can't be countered, so we can continue to counter our opponent's things and know that we are always going to be safe and our spells are always going to resolve. Now, you will also note, these are both very expensive spells. 7 mana for one, 5 mana for the other. This is definitely a late game achievement, but because we're leaning so heavily into our control strategy, this is not difficult for us to get to. Moving on to our next cool interaction. This one is between Pristine Skywise and Brainstorm. Now, I will admit, I could replace Brainstorm with any 1 mana instant, but the most important part is that it is a 1 mana instant for Pristine Skywise, because Pristine Skywise is 4 white-blue for a 6/4 dragon. It's got flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, untap Pristine Skywise, and it gains protection from the color of your choice until the end of turn. Being able to play the Pristine Skywise and then immediately know that we can protect it with any 1 mana instant means we can attack with it and then cast an instant to untap it, give it protection from any attacking color, from any removal spell, and then we're able to block, kill any attackers coming at us, considering it's a 6/4 flyer, or just fizzle removal spells and keep having a giant flying attacker. And Brainstorm is one of the best instants to do that with because it is 1 blue mana for an instant, draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. This isn't particularly synergistic with the rest of our deck. It is just kind of a value Brainstorm, and we don't have a ton of ways to shuffle away the cards, so be careful not to Brainstorm lock yourself with this, but I wanted to highlight it just as a way to use Pristine Skywise in kind of a unique way. But that, though, brings us to the end of our deck tech, and the last thing we gotta do is take a look at the price of the deck. Now, normally we will just look at the regular price of the deck, but this week we actually have 2 different prices because I have the price from when I built the deck in 2021 and the price of the lowest, cheapest printings of every single card in 2025 when this video is being posted. When I made the deck in 2021, it cost $91.45, but right now, it's actually $47.03, and the two most expensive cards in the entire deck are Nezahal, Primal Tide, and Unsettled Mariner at $7.30 and $2.77 each. The fact that we don't have anything above $7 and we only have one card above $2.77 means that the entire deck is pretty cheap and very easy to put together. However, that being said, that also means there's a lot of upgrades for this deck that didn't exist when I put it together. So with that in mind, I want to take a quick second to talk about some upgrades that have been printed since 2021. And these are my top 6 upgrades that I think would go pretty well in this deck. I'm not going to highlight cards to take out, but I want to at least talk about cards that I probably would have put in at the time if they had existed. The first, Archmage Emeritus, a great way to draw cards whenever you're casting or copying instants and sorcery spells. Obviously, we want to do a lot of that. In a similar vein, Archmage of Runes, pretty much the exact same. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, draw a card, but it also makes instant and sorceries cost 1 less to cast. After that, we have a phenomenal blue dragon to put into the deck, Meringue River Regent, which is a 6/7 flyer that returns 2 other permanents to their owner's hands, but it can also be an instant for 3 in a blue since it's an adventure, or I guess omen, technically different from adventure because when it resolves, it shuffles into our library. That's just draw 3, discard a card, a great value piece that could be added to the deck, and a phenomenal finisher as well. On top of that, we've got things like Aligned Heart, which is a great way to create a ton of tokens, being able to make a 1/1 prowess token every single time you cast your second spell each turn, essentially getting 1 on the first turn, then 2, then 3, and just eventually having an army of attackers that get bigger when you cast spells. Great way to close out the game. Next up after that, Sword Coast Sailor, being able to make our commander unblockable so that way Taigam can always get in there for combat damage, always trigger the rebound. Super, super important for this deck. And then last but not least, my final upgrade that I would recommend putting in that has been printed since the deck was created is Guardian Scale Lord, essentially a Sun Titan on a dragon that can get bigger and bigger. And so this is a great way for us to pull back some of our most important pieces that are not instants or sorceries. So those are all of my suggestions for upgrades since the deck has been constructed. If I were to sit down and completely rebuild this deck, I imagine it would look quite different, especially in the mana base. Every time I go back to these old decks that I made and look at the mana base, I disappoint myself a little bit. So definitely something to be aware of putting this deck together, but I would love to talk to everyone about cards you think that should be in here that may have come after the deck was made. Let me know what you think about the deck itself. But like I said earlier, I did promise a video with this deck as well. We got to showcase how it actually performs. And this is the unedited deck. So I did not add these upgrades. This is as I built it at the time. However, before we get to that, I do want to shout out all of our current patrons and channel members, so thank you all so much for all of your support. I really do appreciate it. I know that I've been kind of trying some new things in the last couple of weeks, and my schedule's been very hectic, but I genuinely appreciate all of you for sticking with me and making it through this kind of weird time that's been going on, so thank you so much. And if you would like to join this amazing group of people, please do check us out over on Patreon, patreon.com/dungeonlearnersguide, or right here on YouTube as a channel member. And if none of that works for you right now, I completely understand. You can always just like the video and subscribe to the channel. That also helps out quite a bit. So with that being said, let's move on to our game this week and talk about our opponents. Now, this is another moment where I have to be a little bit honest with you. This game was recorded actually quite a while ago. It was recorded almost 2 years ago at this point. And it was actually a game that was streamed on Eddie's channel. Eddie is the one playing Tuvasa the Sunlit. But we also have ScrufyNerfHerd playing Sidisi. And then we have Sadriana playing Miriam. And because this game was recorded so long ago, I actually don't remember much about the game. I remember a couple of key moments and key plays, but I don't know exactly how things turned out. So hopefully you can join with me as we take a look at Eddie's Tuvasa list, which is going to be Enchantress, ScrufyNerfHerd's Sidisi list, which is going to be Mill, and then of course Sadriana's Miriam list, which is going to be Dragons, and see how they fare against our blue-white control dragon counterspell style deck. So let me know down in the comments who you think is going to walk out the winner, especially if you have not already seen the streamed version. But other than that, this is going to be a completely unedited video. I did not go through and edit it down as I normally do. I wanted to showcase this game in its entirety because this was a streamed game. So I wanted to make sure that we could shout out these amazing creators and give them the love that they deserve as well. But with that being said, we're going to jump into this game. I hope you all enjoyed it. I know this was a different deck tech than normal and a different gameplay style, but let me know what you think, and I will talk to you all once the game is done.
Draw for turn. I'm going to... Yep. Let's... I'm going to play a Thriving Grove tap, and I'm going to declare blue. As the second color for that, and I will pass turn.
Alrighty. Change decks up. This is my Sidisi self-mill deck. The point of this deck is to get Sidisi out, mill a bunch of cards, and then generally the creatures themselves or the creatures themselves get the creatures get themselves out of the graveyard, or they assist each other getting out of the graveyard. So that's the point of this deck. And then also I make a ton of zombies. There are things like Wonder and Filth in this deck with like an Urborg, so the idea of swamp walking zombies is a very distinct possibility. I will draw for the turn.
If you played snow-covered lands, and they would be zombonis.
Oh.
I don't. I am one of those people that if I'm playing snows, there's a reason for it.
It's for puns. That's the reason.
But just a basic forest and pass.
All right. I will go, and I guess if we're reintroducing commanders, I'm playing Taigam, Ojutai Master. He says that instant sorceries and dragons that I cast can't be countered. And whenever I cast an instant or sorcery, I can rebound it as long as he has attacked this turn. This is basically just intended to say, don't counter my things. This is not directly in response to what Sadie did last game. I would like to throw that out there. I know it looks like it is, but I promise it's not.
Game memory is a thing. We all know it.
This was just the only other deck I had sleeved up that was nearby. I'm just gonna.
I didn't switch decks, so there's that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play an island and pass. But now I also have dragons, so.
Rawr, dragons.
But Azorius dragons are much worse than Teamer dragons.
Dude, I have a dragon in this deck.
I have a couple in here.
All right. Yeah, you're up, Sadie.
There is. Ebon Death Dracolich is in this deck because he gets himself out of spin.
Okay, I'm gonna play this Steam Vents. It's gonna come in tap because I don't care enough. And I'm gonna pass.
It's gonna come into play tap because I don't give a shit.
It's the first turn. I got nothing. It's fine.
That is true. I cannot cast Fog in this deck.
I'm gonna untap. And for those that are unaware, I'm playing Tuvasa the Sunlit, and I'm not gonna go into any details because it's pretty straightforward. It's an Enchantress stack. It's.
I wonder what it does.
I think it's about artifacts, actually.
It's very clearly blue, white, green legendaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burn, in fact.
Speaking of, I'm going to play a forest, and then I'm going to tap 2, and I'm going to cast Shigeki, Jugai Visionary.
I was bowling, but that legitimately a legendary. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that turn?
It is true. I can pay 1 and a green, tap it, return them to my owner's hand, or to the owner's hand. Reveal the top 4 cards of my library. I may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield, tap, and put the rest in my graveyard. And as channel for double X, double green, discard Shigeki, return X target non-legendary cards from my graveyard to my hand.
Alrighty. I play a swamp, and then I'm gonna tap for 2 and play a glow spore shaman. I mill 3, and then I can put a land card from my graveyard back on top of my library. That's a swamp. That is a Crucible of Worlds and a deranged assistant. I will put the swamp back on top.
Don't mind my assistant; he's a little deranged.
He may or may not be losing his marbles. Don't worry about it.
I forgot to draw again.
Sadie!
I know.
I'm assuming you were.
That's my
done.
turn.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna play a Plains and an Azorius Signet. Nice and simple. That is it for me.
Evelyn said, to be fair, he can't cast Fog in this deck. He has to cast Holy Day instead.
That is true. I don't think Holy Day is in the deck, but I built it so long ago that I don't remember.
Parasitic Haze is in this deck because I think that's a funny card.
So funny enough, if I'd remembered to draw, I had a turn 1 play, but I didn't remember to draw. I'm not good at this game.
Sadie, I
apparently.
slightly feel bad, but at the same time, that's on you.
No, it is totally on me. I am not saying anything other than that. Like, it's just funny enough, like, the irony of it. It's not, I'm not stressing it. I am gonna do the center's untapped because I have a mountain over here with these steam vents. I'm gonna tap these 2. And I'm going to give a battle to someone.
Ooh.
I'm going to give Invasion of Tarkir to Zach.
That makes sense. I have no blockers.
Yeah, so Invasion of Tarkir enters the battlefield, reveal any number of dragon cards from your hand. When you do Invasion... Oh, I don't have any dragon cards. I don't think I can cast this after all.
Well,
Go
you
figure.
can still cast it. You just won't do the damage.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Well, I know that you have to defend it, so that was the part that I was thinking of anyway. So
How many, like, defense counters does it
5.
have?
5.
Okay. Boom.
So I played that poorly, but that's me. I only played the deck good once, I guess. that's my turn. I pass.
We'll actually be able to, if you can't manage to reveal any dragons, X can be 0 for that, apparently. And since it says +2, you'll at least be able to do 2 damage.
Oh.
I know, I had to, like, crane my neck to read it just to make sure. Because spell table likes putting it sideways.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And it's not any bigger. Like, well, it's bigger at least in spell table than it is on a Moxfield.
Yeah, so 2 damage to any target.
Eddie, how big is your thing?
My thing is a 1/3.
Scruff, how big is your thing?
A 3/1.
Still do the 2 damage to that.
I'm just trying to have nice things, but apparently Glow Spore Shaman's not one of them.
I mean, you want things in your graveyard, right?
Yeah, but I want to put them there myself. This defeats the... Apparently running on to Tarkir, the Glow Spore Shaman's like, I don't want to go anywhere near that's a dragon. Shit.
Just blasted.
Thank you for teaching me how to play a battle, because this is the first time I've played it that I pass.
It'd be like that end credits scene in Infinity War where Fury's just like, motherfucker, and just like fades.
Glow Spore Shaman's like, I've done my... No. Farts.
Okay, so I'm gonna play Thriving Leaf Tap. I am going to then I'm gonna tap Forest in my Thriving Grove. My Thriving Heath, I'm gonna have tap for blue as well. So I'm gonna tap and bounce Shigeki back to my hand. And then I'm going to reveal the top 4 cards of my library, put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped, and then the rest in the graveyard. Fang of Shigeki, Forest, Plains, and Azusa's Many Journeys. Ugh. I wish I didn't do that, but I needed the land. So we're going to play a... I'm going to put a Plains into play. Tapped. And the rest into the graveyard.
So I apologize for my next play, because I went through Moxfield to see if I could search my list faster to know what card to grab, so I wouldn't spend some time searching for what I'm about to do on my turn. I haven't updated the list in a while.
I will pass the turn after that.
I'm going to untap. I'm going to upkeep. I'm going to draw. And then I'm going to tap for 2. And I'm going to cast an Unmarked Grave. I got out of mine and put somebody else in it.
Feels
from last
good.
game. So I search my library for a non-legendary card and put it into the bin. You're going to go with... What? What are we going to go with? Okay, you're an option. Sorry, folks. I shouldn't be too... Oh, God, I feel so bad about searching now that I looked at my top cards. I am going to... Yeah, that's probably the best option, because I think that that's funny. Oh, wait, I don't have the mana to cast you, so yeah, definitely not you yet. Okay, yep. We're going to do a Bloodghast into the bin.
That is a good one.
Swamp off the top, it'll come to the battlefield. That will be my turn, because I can't do anything else.
Alright. Alright, well, I'm going to play an island, and then I'm going to cast my commander. Taigam, Ojutai Master. So from here on out, instant sorceries and dragons I control cannot be countered. And I will pass.
How dare you.
It also gives stuff rebound if he attacks, but like...
In a
Yeah.
deck that has 99 cards in it, there's only one counterspell in this entire deck. So you're good.
I believe that.
I'm gonna play a Cavern of Souls as land for turn and declare dragons. I'm gonna tap it for this Soul Ring that I should have played before. It didn't. I'm gonna tap that and this for an Urza's Incubator.
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
And declare dragons. So creature spells of the chosen type cost 2 colorless less to cast.
Interesting.
And
I
that
think
is my turn.
we can be friends, Sadie.
This is gonna get bonkers.
It is worth noting the text on Urza's Incubator says creatures cost 2 less for everyone.
Creatures of the chosen type. Yeah, it doesn't say it's just me.
So if
Man, let me look at all these
if you have any
dragons I have in this self-mill deck.
Dragons cost 2 less.
Dragons cost 2 colorless less specifically, but yeah. I think I have one color. I have the orbs in here which give mana and then give you like bonuses for casting your dragon spells. So those are always nice too. I don't think they actually reduce the color cost. They just give you bonuses.
Yeah, the orbs of Dragonkind are just they add a color of what they are to their mana pool,
Yeah.
and if you spend it on a dragon spell, it does something additional.
Right. Which is, what I usually spend it on.
I would hope so.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I think because I need the lands, I'm gonna tap 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna channel my Greater Tanuki.
Hey.
So I'm gonna search my library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield, tap, and then shuffle. Let's grab me a. I went in here. There we go. Island. Yeah, I was playing a one shot that my friend was testing out last night, and I decided, and she decided, um, let's everyone pick a character that you have that's level 6. I was just like, okay, I am going to select Vonagos. He is a blue dragonborn Oath of the Sea paladin. I was one-shotting everything but the boss because apparently all of her encounters were undeads. So I was just like charging his battle axe with a smite, and even just one-handed because
Oh, you said battle axe?
Yeah, battle axe.
Got it.
So literally just 1d8 from the damage, and then because I ended up putting a smite on it, then it was an additional 2d8, and then added on to that was the 1d8 radiant damage. So I basically just one-shotted everything as long as I was able to hit. I'll go a little bit into details about after what happened that game because it was absolutely freaking hilarious. I have 1 mayonnaise that I cannot spend, so I am going to. I'm gonna pass.
So here's what I'm hoping for. I have a 4th land in hand, which means I'm not screwed on my plays. I'm really, really hoping for a blue. I probably should have been more specific as this card has blue in its casting cost.
That's how they get you.
Play a swamp.
Swamp.
Congratulations, you got a blue card. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, we're going to tap for 4, and this feels really, really bad. I'm going to cast Dread Return and bring back the Glow Spore Shaman.
You do what you gotta do, man.
Yep. So I will mill 3, Forest, a Wonder, and an Undead Connoisseur. Corpse Connoisseur. I can read. I guess I will put the Forest back. No, you know what? I don't need it. I don't need it. Nothing goes back on top. Go to combat. City, take 2.
Okay. That's fair.
I don't want broccoli.
I say, le fuck, and pass the turn.
Alright. We're gonna play this.
Wait, can I reverse what I just said? Can I actually put that Forest back on top? I'm an ass.
I mean,
I don't care.
Fine by me, yeah.
We're here for a good time, not a long time.
Never mind, Forest. I need you. Thank you for showing up.
Alright, I'm gonna play this Port Town untapped by revealing an island that's in my hand.
What?
And then we're gonna tap 5. And we're gonna cast this Ojutai Soul of Winter. He's a 5/6 flying vigilance. Whenever a dragon I control attacks, I tap target non-land permanent an opponent controls, and it doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Then we will go to combat, and we're going to poke Eddie for 3.
Fantastic. I will take that 3.
And all my stuff has rebound, and I will not do anything with it, and I will pass.
Okay. I get my board. I'm gonna play this forest as land for turn, and then I'm going to note that card to save it for later. I have Mirror Mana, but don't think I'm gonna cast it yet. I think instead I'm gonna tap these 3, play Herald's Horn. Organize that board. I'm going to declare dragons, and as Herald Hordes enter the battlefield, I choose type. Creature spells that type that I cast this time cost 1 colorless less to cast. And with that, I pass.
Sadie,
Yeah,
can I help you just a little bit if you're okay with it?
sure.
If you use the Soul Ring and
Yeah.
one of your colored mana to pay for the Herald's Horn, you can cast Miriam for your other 3.
Oh yeah, this is why I don't have. Just tap things.
I would like it to be known to Sadie that I helped you with that, so you should not hurt me. And to the other people at the table, I am sorry, I can't be that guy.
That's fair.
And any
I
smacks you give me, I deserve.
I appreciate the help. Yeah, mathing is not always my strong suit. It's just not.
Math is for blockers.
You know, I
Or
know
lack
that.
of blockers.
But when it comes to mana, like I try and get it right. But anyway, thank you for the help. I appreciate it. I will learn my lesson eventually, I swear.
Good
And I
guys
pass.
spelling his doom. Now I just need a blue mana deck, even though I know the top card's not blue.
Trying to like manifest it anyways.
At least you can still
with
make
my
a
luck,
land
I would draw a different card anyway. You know what, Glow Spore Shaman, you're doing your job, and I appreciate it. Thank you for everything.
I'm gonna draw for turn.
Are we gonna see Tuvatha?
Eventually, we're gonna see Tuvasa. I'm gonna play Selesnya Guildgate first, tapped.
Sure.
And then I am going to tap. No. Yeah, I'm tapping you. White, blue, and Gran. Cast Tuvasa.
There she be.
And then I am going to tap Dose, and I am going to cast Ordeal of Nylea, enchanting Tuvasa. So Tuvasa is going to get a +1/+1 for each enchantment I control, which is currently 1. So whenever enchanted creature attacks, I put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters on it, I sacrifice an Ordeal of Nylea. When I sacrifice it, I search my library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, and then I shuffle my. Because this one is all nice and sparkly, I'm cool with. Just to kind of keep track to see how many stuff I need. And then yeah, after that I will pass turn.
Untibity tap. Upkeep draw.
Because I played an enchantment, I get to draw.
What? A forest? No way.
Didn't see that coming.
I'm
I
gonna tap
need
for
to-
5.
I'm gonna step away to take some medicine. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I'm going to play Doom Whisperer.
That's quite the card.
It's a real card. They printed a 6/6 with 5 mana for 5 mana with flying and trample, and thought that was okay.
Yeah, it's a 6/6 for 5 with upside.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, folks, for all of you in chat. Sidisi will be coming down next turn. I will find a blue source. I'm gonna make sure it's on top of this goddamn deck by my next turn. I can't block So swing at Eddie.
Somebody at me. It is how big? It is a 2-1. Okay.
It's 2.
I'll take the 2.
Okay. Wait, isn't Tuvasa a 3/3 right now? Oh, no, she's just a 2/2.
2-2. Yeah, 'cause I only
okay.
have one enchantment in play.
Oh, you haven't gotten a counter on her yet. Doi.
No, you're good.
And nobody has to attack me. I'll be lowering my own life total.
That is true.
But yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Interesting. Play an island. That's very interesting.
How dare you?
I'm so sorry about that. I was recently put on heart medication, and it's got a very specific timing.
That is
You're good.
fair.
All good.
Your health comes before a card game.
Kinda has to, yeah. I can't play the card game if I'm dead.
All right. That is accurate.
I will be providing commentary from beyond the grave, so.
I'm going to go to combat.
Okay.
I apologize, Eddie. You're the only one who can't block. I'm going to attack you with a 5/6 flying vigilance. When it attacks, though, I am going to tap Sadie's soul ring, and it doesn't untap on your next untap step.
Okay.
Ooh.
No extra mana for you, apparently.
No extra mana. All the dragons cost 3 less. I don't think it matters, but you know what? I'm doing my best. Second main phase, though, we're going to cast this here, Dovescape. And Dovescape...
Oh, come on!
Dovescape says, whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, counter it. And then you make X 1/1 bird tokens, where X is the spell's converted mana cost.
Oh my god, that card is stupid, and I need it for this deck, honestly.
You're welcome. And
God.
There's... The only way to get rid of it is to kill it via, a Rec Sage, correct?
Yes. That is correct.
Okay.
And I will pass. Yeah, you can still play creatures as normal. Anything else, though?
Yeah, normally that kind of card does not bother me. Especially in this deck.
Bothers me, sadly. But
Does it?
oh well. Yeah.
I expected, honestly, Eddie to be annoyed the most, but...
I have a fair number of enchantments in here, like Dragon Tempest and stuff that I had up before.
Gotcha.
But there's a couple of other sorceries and stuff that I could really use right about now. So I'm a tap 2 for the Scaled Nurturer, which I double it because it's a dragon.
Hey folks, I'm gonna start the process of looking till I get a blue source on top of my library, so I'm gonna take myself down 2 now.
Okay.
Sounds good.
You son of a bit.
They're both islands, aren't they?
No, one's a forest, the other's an opulent palace.
Do you risk
I'm gonna put 'em-
binning the opulent palace?
I am bidding both. I'm gonna do it again. No need to swing at me. I will over.
Let's see.
How does
1,
surveil work?
2, 3 for Sarkhan Soul of Flame. Dragon spells cost
on top.
another colorless less to cast if they cost more colorless than 3.
Oh my goodness.
Whenever a dragon, well, specifically the ones I cast, whenever a dragon enters a battlefield under my control, I may have Sarkhan Soul of Flame become a copy of it until end of turn, except its name is Sarkhan Soul of Flame and it's legendary in addition to its other types.
Cool. Definitely we needed that. That was definitely a thing this battlefield needed.
You mean triple dragons?
By the way, on the second one, I rearranged the second card on top of the first, and that's it. I'm good.
Okay. I'm done. I've passed my turn.
Not attacking?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the only one with dragons on the field.
That is true.
You know,
Miriam
you bring
does
up a
beat
very valid
Ojutai,
point.
though.
Say that again?
Miriam does beat Ojutai, though.
Right.
Untap and drop. Oh god. Okay, that would get like immediately countered.
I don't think I have a Rex Sage in this deck.
It's a creature-based game now.
Does Crucian Grip get around it with Split Second?
Split second, yes. Because split second basically sits there and goes, "You can't counter this."
Does it? Like I'm willing to believe that. I just because it's technically a triggered ability that gets put on the stack by Crucian Grip. So I have no idea. We are talking about whether or not Crucian Grip gets countered by Dovescape.
As long as this spell is on the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities that aren't mana abilities.
Yes, but it's being triggered, not activated.
Gotcha.
Split Second does not stop triggered abilities. Crucian Grip does not work.
Okay, so it has to be a
Grip
Rex Sage
will
effect.
not work.
So it has to be a creature being able to destroy it.
And I can't even remember if I even have anything like that in here.
You do still get doves if something is countered, though, so it does give you flying blockers.
That is true.
I also think it triggers Tuvasa. Or is Tuvasa ETB?
Tuvasa's cast.
Yeah, so it would still trigger Tuvasa.
Yeah.
Hey, guess who does not have a Rex Sage in the deck? This guy.
Okay, I'm going to tap this for a green. And tap this as well. God damn it! What the fuck? Son of a bitch!
Eddie's gone.
Hang on, I'm coming back. Trying to get me back in. There we go. We're back. There we go. I have a button on my mouse that basically lets me go forward and backward on web pages. So apparently I hit that.
Gotcha.
trying to tap my Selesnya Guildgate. Okay. I'm going to cast Herald of the Pantheon. So enchantment spells I cast cost 1 less to cast.
I have one thing that can get around it. I have Grist.
Grist would get around it.
Grist.
Because Grist is technically a creature.
As long as he's not on the battlefield, yeah.
Yep.
You little living insect shit.
Okay.
Herald of the Pantheon.
Yeah, and then whenever I cast an enchantment spell, I gain 1 life. I'm going to then, for 1 green, because it is because I can technically do that. I'm going to cast Shigeki. So because it's an enchantment, I get to gain a life, which I need because I'm at 30. And then Tuvasa will trigger. So I get to draw a card.
Wait a minute. I thought the enchantment was countered.
It's a creature.
It's a creature.
Oh, I thought the second one was an enchantment. Nothing's pulling up.
It's both.
Well, it's both. It's both. It's an enchantment creature.
Literally nothing is pulling up from your playmat, so it's, I guess.
I promise I moved.
I'm not saying you are. I just can't read anything.
And then
Abrupt Decay would also work if somebody has that in their deck.
That would work. Anything that can't be countered, yeah.
You Dovescape! Pretty sure I don't have that in the deck.
Player removal also works. If you just kill me,
yeah,
then it's gone.
I do have a 6/6 flying trample.
Exactly.
Uh, because I don't have.
I'm just gonna cast the
anything in the
biggest
way of-
spell and get a shit ton of doves. Just call it a day.
There you go. That's my plan.
I'm gonna delete that. Is interesting. And Tuvasa isn't overly that large, so I'm going to cast her.
On Timid attack. Upkeep draw. Oh hey look! I'm gonna play a watery grave
Hell yeah.
Who could have
and
guessed?
shock the shit out of myself. Then we rolling up in here. We're casting Sidisi. When she enters the battlefield or attacks, I mill 3 cards, and then whenever a creature card goes from my graveyard, from my library into my graveyard, whenever one or more, sorry, I make a 2/2 black zombie. So we're gonna mill a Buried Alive, a Swamp, and a Master of Death that will make me a 2/2 black zombie. Master of Death has got the ability that when it enters the battlefield, I surveil 2. And at the beginning of my upkeep, if it's in my graveyard, I may pay 1 life. If I do, I return it to my hand. Like I said, get them. Yeah, like I said, get themselves out of the graveyard.
Yeah, we basically just have to leave Scruff alone, and he'll end up killing himself eventually. I'm kicking my ass. Do you mind?
I'm kicking my own ass. Nobody kills me. I'll kill me. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to combat. You know what you've done. I'm gonna swing Doom Whisperer at you. Zach.
Yeah, I take 6.
I figured.
Yeah,
You know what you've done.
I know what I did.
And then that's gonna be it for attacks.
You done after that then?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. Should also be clear. I now have an island and Wonder's in my bin.
That is relevant.
Right there.
All right.
So all of my creatures have flying.
Hell yeah.
That is very relevant.
Take to the skies.
I am going to tap 6. I'm
Oh
gonna
boy.
cast this Blue Sun Zenith for X equals 3.
Is that draw cards?
It does. It draws 3.
Okay. Then it gets countered, correct?
It does not get countered because Taigam says instants I control cannot be countered.
Oh, so Dovescape just screws up.
Dovescape says I also still make the birds as well. So I'm going to make 6 birds and then draw 3 cards. And that gets shuffled back in, so I will put that to the side. Okay, we hit what we needed.
Ooh, Dovescape's gotta go quick.
Yeah, Dovescape's a problem. I will not lie about that one. Well, I will continue shuffling in a moment. I will finish out my turn. We'll play a Plains. And then I will go to combat, and we're going to poke Scruff for 5 in the air.
I will block with... It's a 5/6, right?
It is a 5/6. It also flies.
All my creatures are flying.
Oh,
so I
all
don't
your
care.
stuff is flying. That is correct. I am sorry. I forget.
Yeah,
We
so
literally
I can
just
kill
talked about this.
I know. So I can kill if I want, but I lose at least 2 creatures.
Yeah. One of which would have to be Sidisi.
Yeah. I
was like, I knew there was a reason I attacked.
Oh, wait a minute. No, wait. Before going to blocks, I'm gonna activate Doom Whisper. I'm gonna pay 2 life. the top two. I will bin both. It is a spider spawning and a forest. I'm gonna do it again. Oh, this is not the time to get these. I'm gonna bin both. It's a culling ritual and an entomb. Do it again. There we go. I'm gonna bin a command tower and Ol Rutstein. That'll make a 2/2 zombie. I'm going to kill him. It's just gonna take me a second. I'm gonna do it again. Hey, yo, Sir Conrad and Ghoul Caller's Harvest are gonna go in the bin. I'll make a third zombie. I will then use the 3 zombies to block Ojutai and kill it.
Okay, I will kill 2 of the zombies.
Yes, you will.
I also
wait a minute.
technically get
Hold
to
on.
tap something too. but-
Yeah, so I actually need to make one more technically.
Yeah.
No,
we'll
you know
just-
what? I'm at 3 zombies. Do you tap the 3 zombies? Because if not, we'll just block with the glow spore shaman as well.
Well, I probably would have, because I have to do it on declarative attacks, so I probably would have tapped Sidisi, honestly.
Okay, that's fine.
So
And then the 3 zombies, 2 of the zombies.
2 of the zombies die. Yeah,
And 1 takes down Ojutai.
that is correct.
This is the strangest combination of things that I've ever said in my life.
All right. Well, that is it for me.
Okay.
I did more damage to
Back
myself
in.
trying to make the 3 zombies than Ojutai would have done.
That
if I
is
just let him
correct.
through.
But you did get it off the field.
I did.
One, 2, 3. For Kaiga the Tide Star. Only 2 of them.
Oh, only 2 things that when
Only
they die,
2.
you take control of things.
And actually, I should have tapped that differently. Do we care?
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Because what I should have done is this, so that I could have the 4 life.
That makes sense.
I swear one of these days I'll learn how to play my own deck. Anyway, I have a couple dragons that have tummy aches, nothing to see here.
Oh,
I have.
I didn't
Oh, this one
finish
actually
up.
doesn't have a tummy ache. This one is a copy now of Kaiga the Tide Star, which is a 5/5.
Yeah, I'm betting that.
It
And
says you may. You don't have to.
it says I may. Yeah. I mean, I have blockers, and like the cool thing with the Tide Star is when she dies, I get to take control of something. So there is that. So I'm not worried about having a blocker. Scruff, you have all these flying things.
I do.
We're not getting in over there.
I do. And I'm also not the problem.
You're not the problem. I understand that.
I mean,
Oh.
I'm not the problem,
yeah,
though.
eventually.
Yeah,
You're going to be a problem for me, but the bigger problem I have at the moment is the Dovescape.
I still
And-
argue the Dovescape isn't doing much to you with the dragons.
That is
All of-
true.
All of my card draw outside of a couple of dragons is sorceries and enchantments.
Got it. Yeah, that'll do it.
The only
Okay.
benefit I
Um,
catch is the fact that I have the Doom Whisper, so I'm going through my deck. It just hurts to do it.
Yeah, I unfortunately am in need of card draw, and all of my card draw at present would be a sorcery or an enchantment that I can't cast. So, well, I can't cast and actually have it do what I need it to do. I can have it cast and then I have more flying things, but I don't need more flying things at the moment. I need cards. So, my problem is the Dovescape. The problem at the table. Yeah, I mean,
you can hit me. Don't feel bad about it if you gotta hit me.
I was about to say, if it weren't for the Dovescape, I would be the threat, definitely.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
Not even a question.
but I understand
No,
you and
I
the Dovescape
agree.
gone as well.
and then like Eddie's just sitting pretty because all of us are like, we have these things that we need fixed.
Oh, actually, you know what? Actually, I think the Dovescape is a problem because we can't cast non-creature spells, and you not only still can, but get extra benefits for it.
That is true.
So the Dovescape is actually an issue.
Yeah. How many doves do you have at this point, Zach?
I have 6 doves.
6 doves.
Duvets.
A lot of doves.
6 duvet covers.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
6 duvets kill anything I send, at least the first thing I send. Which is
Swords to
problematic.
Plowshares could also kill whatever you send.
That is true.
If there is a singular white open.
Oh, there's that.
It can't kill Miriam, though.
That's true.
Oh, yes, it could. I don't have to pay for ward costs. Because my stuff couldn't be countered. Never mind.
Hmm. What do you have for blocker, Scruff?
I have a 2/2 zombie, a 3/1 glow spore shaman.
Okay. Eddie, do you have anything with reach?
I do not.
I'm gonna send Miriam over to Eddie, and the Sarkin that's actually a Kiega over to Scruff. So, Eddie, you have a 6/6 in the air. Scruff, you have a 5/5 in the air.
Glow spore shaman will block.
Okay.
I have learned my lesson of not declaring blocks when I need to. All the damage I've taken this game is I've done to myself. The one time Ojutai swung at me, I went no.
Yeah.
I'll do the damage, and then I'll kill him, and then
Scruff just had war
Step 3.
flashbacks to Ashaya.
yeah. I said no, don't let the dragon through.
Okay, that's my turn.
I'm going to untap. Drop a turn. I'm going to play a forest, and then I'm going to tap. I'm going to tap this for blue to 3 and 4. I'm going to cast Arcanist Owl.
Hey.
See?
When it enters
Artifacts.
the battlefield. So when it enters the battlefield, I look at the top 4 cards of my library. I may reveal an artifact or enchantment card from among them and put it into my hand, and then the rest is on the bottom of my library in a random order. Well, the only target that I managed to find out of that 4 is Confounding Conundrum. Confounding Conundrum, I'm not casting it, but when it enters the battlefield, I get the draw card. And whenever a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if that player had another land enter the battlefield under their control this turn, they return a land they control to its owner's hand.
Okay.
I love how Confounding Conundrum just basically sits there and goes, oh, landfall decks. Okay, cool. You can get the landfall triggers, but you're not out ramping anyone else. After that, I'm going to tap 2 forest. I'm going to return Shigeki back to my hand. Actually, no, I'm not going to tap 2 forest. Leave one open. Tap that. There we go. Return, bounce Shigeki back to my hand. I'm going to reveal the top 4 cards of my library, put a land into play, tap the rest of my graveyard.
You know what I might have in
Zendikar.
this deck? I might have Meteor Golem.
Forest.
Meteor Golem would work.
Dictate
I do apologize. I didn't expect this to shut down the game quite as hard as it did.
I'm not shut down. I just need to think of creative things to do. It's more so for me. It's more so for me. It doesn't affect me as much as it will get you more value than it will get me, and so I need to shut it down to shut you down. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
I'm just stuck for card draw with 2 cards in hand, so that's the only reason it shut me down. I didn't have enough other alternative draw.
And then I'm gonna tap my final green. Recast Shigeki.
Shiogeki, gain another life.
To gain another life. And then I'm gonna draw a card because of Pasa. Fantastic. I have to move the discards. I'm gonna discard Careful Cultivation. That one shot that I did last night. There was 2 missions. There was like a side mission and then a main mission. The main mission was to basically find water on this island. Because the water that was on the ship, the barrels ended up getting broken from a rough storm. And the second mission was to basically save a princess that had been possessed by a sea hag. So, at the end of it, when we ended up saving the princess and everything, because my paladin is Host of the Open Sea, one of the spells he automatically gets is create/destroy water. So we basically sat there throughout the entire one shot, and I'm basically sitting here going, I can't tell them this, I can't tell them this, I can't tell them this. And then once we got near the end of the game, then I was like, oh, by the way, and then my paladin has like a globe of water in his hand and then casts Create Water. And then the other member in the party, they're like, you could seriously do that this entire goddamn time. And then in character, I just shrugged and I was just like, you never asked.
I simultaneously hate and love that response. So I activated Doom Whisper 3 times on end step and put into the bin Pylon, Deep Analysis, Altar of Dementia, Cloakwood Hermit, and Far Wanderings, and left a card on top.
You're welcome.
And I will draw for the turn. I will play a Sunken Hollow. Now you'll know why I did it. Let's see if we can set myself up for something really fun next turn. So we'll tap for 3, a blue, black, and 1, and we will cast Arami of the Dead Tide. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And then come over here, microphone. And then we will tap for 4.
The show's almost done.
And I am going to unearth.
Working on it though.
Where is it be? Where it be? Corpse Connoisseur. When it enters the battlefield, I search my library for a creature card and put that card into my graveyard.
Promised.
Ooh, what is the right option here? I apologize. Did not think this far ahead.
I didn't think I'd get this far.
It's going to be Scourge of Neltoth.
Spooky.
That will trigger Sadisi because that is a creature going from my library into the graveyard. So she'll make me a 2/2 zombie. Zombie. And then, okay, so I now have a second zombie. Go to combat. I will swing a 3/3 in the air at Zach.
I will take the 3.
And I'm sorry, also a bloodcast. My apologies.
So that's 5 total?
Correct.
I will take the 5.
Alrighty. And then going to end step, the corpse connoisseur will become exiled due to unearth.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. All right, so I'm gonna tap 2. Cast this Baral, Chief of Compliance, to make my instants and sorceries cost 1 less. And whenever a spell or ability I control counters a spell, I may draw a card. If I do, discard a card.
Ah. Okay.
As weird as it's going to be, I'm going to pay 1. And I hate that I'm going to get my own stuff countered, but I'm going to cast this Soul Guide Lantern that I would actually love to have, but I can't because of Dubscape. So it will get countered. And I will draw a card and then discard a card.
Oh, my heart stopped for a second. I'm not going to lie to you.
That's fair. I'm going to discard this other card I can't cast, Steel of the Godhead. Alright. What do we do now? We will tap 1, 2, 3, and cast this Dragon Lord Ojutai. It is a 5/4 flyer, has hexproof if it's untapped, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, I look at the top 3 cards of my library, put 1 into my hand, and the rest on the bottom.
And I killed the other Ojutai, correct?
Yeah, you killed the Soul of Winter.
That's it. Yep.
This one is Dragon Lord. I don't think I do anything else. No, so I will pass.
Okay. Gotta be honest, I'm starting to get sleepy. So I figured based on the pace of the first game that we weren't looking at quite as long of a game this time.
I'm trying.
No, I feel ya. So I'm gonna say if like things don't start progressing between like 11 and 11:15, I'm probably gonna scoop because I'm a sleepy girl, and I don't want to get to the point that Scruff can attest to this. Like I have an off switch. I played a game with him and Shan, and I don't even remember who else. And we got to a certain point. I pulled an arcane signet, and I looked at the card, and I had to read the card multiple times, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I just can't. So, of all the cards to have to like think about, that was not one I should have had to think about. So that's kind of where I'm at. Also, that Lyland is land for turn, and punchies. I'm gonna send the Kaiga Tidestar token and over to Zach.
Okay.
I'm gonna send Mirim over to, how big is this owl? Over to Eddie as the 2 with the most life outside of me.
I will block.
And how big is Kaiga?
5/5.
5/5. Does it trample at all?
Nope.
I will block it with a bird.
Burb.
Burb.
Okay. Does not get the death trigger, which is what I want. That's my turn. So
Untap.
Oh, that would actually be really, really funny. Oh, Sadie, you should have talked to me. I could have helped you.
okay. Noted. Like, it's a little late, but noted.
I know. No, I know. I understand. I understand.
Draft turn. Okay. Time to do some. I can't do that. This is just gonna get countered.
Oof.
Okay. So we're gonna. Okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna tap 2. I'm gonna bounce Shigeki back to my hand.
Sure.
Reveal the top 4. See if I can find anything. Overgrowth, Boromancer, Command Tower, and Borumbra. Nope. That Command Tower is going to my.
At least you got the land out of it.
Yeah. Comes to play tap. What? Basically, at this point, I'm trying like really hard to try and find like some of removal because I can't remember what all's in the deck that can remove things.
Such a limited number of things can remove Dovescape. Like, that's so it depends on what you're trying to remove.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3. I'm going to cast Arasta of the Endless Web.
Oh, hey.
And because it is an enchantment, I gain life. And then, because it's the first enchantment I cast, I can draw a card. I already played a land, so that's. And you squat. Tap Forest. Recast Shigeki. That's going to net me another life. And so Tuvasa is a 5/5. I really don't want to do player removal, but it is getting late. I do have stuff I have to do, so I have to be the person that is kind of mean. I'm gonna move to combat. Zach, I'm gonna swing at you with my 5/5 Tuvasa.
Understandable.
On attack trigger, I'm gonna put a +1/+1 counter onto Tuvasa from Ordeal of Nihilius, so it's gonna be a 6/6.
When does the ordeal get sacrificed?
After I put 3 +1/+1 counters on it.
Okay. So it's got the counters on it then?
No, it's only got the +1/+1 counter because when I put Ordeal of Nihilius on to Tuvasa, I never attacked with Tuvasa. This is my first attack with Tuvasa since having.
The other pluses are from just the number of enchantments that are on the battlefield.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it put counters on Tuvasa. It doesn't put counters on her?
Nope.
Oh.
She just gets pumped up.
Interesting.
Static buffs.
Yeah. Well, I will block with a bird.
Hey, chat, I'm begging you, make us draw cards.
Please, please.
After that, I will pass turn.
On your hand step.
Go to discard. I'm gonna discard Forest.
Doing the Doom Whisperer thing. Fucking Dovescape. I'm literally looking at the win card on top of my deck, and the Dovescape stops me.
We did get a
got a draw.
Yep.
Okay,
JJ
I'm
was
gonna
awesome.
have to do that after this surveil. So the question is whether or not I want to. We're gonna bin both. I'm gonna bin a Skull Prophet and a Living Death. That'll make me a zombie. I'll
Hey.
draw. Oh hey! Alright. Well, dope. Okay, I'll stop there. Go for my turn. Hey, Sadisi, you finally on tap. Upkeep. Draw. Oh, you're a worthless card right now. Normally a great card. Right now, worthless. Okay. Okay. Do I have anything fun that I can do? Currently in my hand, not that I can see. So we're going to tap for 2, 3, 4, 5, and Angel of Suffering.
Concerning.
Going to combat. I really want to swing with Tuvasa to do things. Who's willing to allow her through?
Biggest Tuvasa?
Tuvasa's currently a 6/6 right now.
I'm so sorry. I want to swing Sadisi. I said the wrong commander.
Okay.
I want to swing Sadisi, who is willing to allow her through.
How big is Sidisi?
3/3.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Okay. So we'll go to combat here. I'm gonna swing Sadisi at Sadie. I'm gonna swing Doom Whisperer at Zach. I'm also gonna swing Bloodghast at Zach because you know what? You can't block. Go for it, buddy.
Alright. I'll block the Bloodghast.
With the dove, I assume.
Ojutai.
Oh, okay. And then you have a Doom Whisperer coming at you.
That
Oh,
one-
I'm sorry. On attack for Sidisi, I mill 3. I mill a Genesis, a Putrefy, and a Secure Tribe Elder. I make another zombie.
Since we're like carrying it around the table.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take the 6 from the demon, but I will block the Bloodghast.
Into the bin you go, my friend. And I had something really funny, but I actually don't. Because your boy tapped like a moron. So
Oops.
the only thing I'll do is I'll pay 2 black, sack 2 zombies, and cast Scourge of Neltoth. That's it. That's sadly that's it for me. Pass.
Okay. Alright. How many cards does everybody have in hand?
3.
3.
I have 8.
8.
Because of the draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was because of the draw after my cleanup.
5. I'm going to tap 5. I'm going to cast this Recurring Insight. It says draw cards equal to the number of cards in target opponent's hand. And I'm going to choose Eddie. So I'm going to draw 8 cards. Then I'm going to make 6 more birds. And then it also has rebound.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I thought you were somehow doing a Wheel of Fate. I thought you were being nice.
No. I would be nice if I could be. I don't know if this deck knows how to be nice.
No.
Well, I'm going to have to discard a hand size because I cannot cast most of these. Play a plains. And then we will I'm not tagged. You do get to make a spider, by the way, Eddie.
Yep. Yeah, I was trying to find the token for it because I don't have infinite tokens.
Alright. Tap 2 and we'll cast this Unsettled Mariner. It's a 2/2. Whenever I or a permanent I control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter it unless they pay 1. So essentially, everything has ward 1.
Okay, so now not only did we need to have the card in hand and mana to do it, but now we need to have one additional mana.
That is correct. And I can't attack anybody. Yeah, I will pass.
What do you want to attack with?
I was going to attack with the Ojutai, which is a 5 mana or 5 power creature.
Sure. I'll block it and kill it.
Yeah.
I'd be happy because it'll kill my thing.
No, I'm okay with that one. I will pass and discard to hand size.
We could trade. It'd be fine.
I don't know if I want to trade.
You want to trade? Trust me.
No, I'm okay.
You said that's your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. I'm just gonna figure out what cards I want in my hand.
I'm gonna play
Now,
this.
Sadie,
Yeah.
you and I could work out a deal.
So this is gonna be the last turn I play, so it depends on the deal.
Never mind. I have a way for Dovescape to start becoming an issue for also Zach, which means.
I mean, I know how to make it an issue for also Zach. I just need to let something die.
That is accurate. I'm
Yes.
gonna discard a couple of cards at the end of turn. Notably, one is a Guile, which when it's put to the graveyard, it gets shuffled back in. So I will shuffle it back in.
So I will play through this turn and stay till my next turn, if that's what you're asking.
It doesn't do much, so it's okay either way. Unless you have a way to sacrifice your own permanents.
I do not have a way to sacrifice my own permanents, but it wouldn't.
I figured not.
What I can do is just the death trigger. So, I don't think the death trigger actually helps us enough.
So if you were to stay, so my play was you would stay. I would kill one of the Kigas for you, and
Right.
you would take Taigam.
Right. That's the play I have, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it helps enough to end the game. It just makes
it-
Dubscape painful for Zach, too.
Right, but it does slow Zach down, and now Zach actually has to think about the plays. Because right now it's I cast my instants and sorceries, get the instant and sorcery, and the value.
Yeah. No, I think this game is just getting too long for me, to be honest. Because I'm looking at my board of dragons and going like, everyone's got flappy things. I've got some bigger flappy things, but like, Zach's board is so many small ones it doesn't matter because nothing. Well, Asushi has has trample, but most of my dragons don't without an enchantment or a sorcery.
Right.
So,
The
we're
only
at
reason I'm not scooping is technically speaking, I'm safe right now from Zach.
That is true.
Yeah.
That angel of
Yeah,
suffering
I
means you
mean-
don't die.
Yeah.
We're at 10 after 11. I've got nothing. Like I've got 2 cards in hand that aren't going to get me anywhere because they're a sorcery and an enchantment. Nothing on the horizon as far as draw. So I think I'm just going to scoop it here.
Okay.
Because that death trigger doesn't, like, yes, it slows Zach down, but that's just going to make the game longer. And the point was to make the game faster. So, thank you guys for having me, and I appreciate the games. I'm sleepy.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Bedtime.
Sorry about the dubscape.
Not a problem. It's good to know what I can't
How
play
dare
against.
you? How dare all of you?
But again, thanks Eddie for having me. It was
Always.
lovely to play with you all. It was lovely to meet you, Zach.
Yeah. I hope this. Hopefully, we can get some games in the future that involve beating down with dragons.
I'm sure that we will have other opportunities because this has definitely been fun. Just sleepy. So thank you so much. You have a great night.
You.
Thanks.
So,
Okay.
Sadriana did her turn. I guess it's my turn. Okay. So I looked through my deck list on Moxfield for this.
Mhm.
Turns out the only card removal that I have would end up getting countered anyways. So the best I have is like player removal.
Which is a
That is
a thing.
valid form of removal. Yeah.
Honestly, I think I'm probably gonna have to do that as much as I don't overly want to, but it is getting late, so I don't have a choice. So what we're gonna do, so I can't even do anything that has bestow because it doesn't become a creature, it becomes an aura, and is I don't get countered. Think I'm gonna do. I even have stuff that'll give my stuff trample, and I can't play it.
It sounds like it's up to me.
I'm gonna do this instead.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Rex Sage is going in this deck when I'm done tonight.
I guess on the bright side, at least I can make people aware that Rex Sage is a good card.
It is. I thought it was in here.
Eidolon of Countless Battles.
Oh.
It would have been better if I paid the bestow cost, but I have to cast it as a creature. It and enchanted creature each get +1/+1 for each creature I control, and +1/+1 for each aura I control.
God damn.
So I control one aura, but I also control.
You know what?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures. So, Eidolon of Countless Battles is going to be a 7/7.
Eddie, you want to do me a favor?
Possibly, if I can do it.
Swing at me.
Because you want to mill cards?
I do want to mill cards.
Do that. Just let me. That, because this is going to get even bigger. The longer it stays out.
Wait, actually, hold on. Don't do that.
It'd be a lot of cards.
If it helps.
So it's more so the fact of like I don't want to hit the card that reshuffles my bin. Because as of right now, the only way I have to win is in my bin.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But also, I can't stop you if you want to swing at me.
I'm going to either. We're gonna go 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna cast Nylea's Emissary. So it's a 3/3 enchantment cap trample. Also, I need to keep remembering that I have to gain life. Play 2 enchantments. I already did the draw for Vasa. Because I have another creature, Eidolon of Countless Battles goes up to being an 8/8. I'm gonna tap 2. I'm gonna bounce Shigeki back to the hand. Helps if that hand isn't upside down. Reveal top cards. Oh god, out of time would be fantastic. 3 and.
Hey, got a land. You've hit a land every time.
It's pretty impressive, honestly.
Yeah.
Graveyard. Like I said, I have a bunch of stuff that'll remove the
Oh,
Dovescape.
JJ redeemed everyone draw a card.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
prior.
Oh, I missed that. My apologies.
Well, you can do it now.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Congrats
It
on
was a
your
land.
card.
It literally doesn't change anything.
I'm gonna play a green. Cast Shigeki.
Hey, gain a life. Boseiju could also get rid of Dovescape. I just thought about.
Yeah, Boseiju can
Yep.
do it.
I don't.
Cause channel.
Original Boseiju
Um,
can do it too, because it makes your spells uncounterable.
That's true. Forgot about that.
Yeah, both Boseijus.
Hey, big ass tree coming in clutch.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to move to combat. I'm gonna swing Vasa over at Zach because that Dovescape is slowing the game down so much.
Yeah, I didn't mean to slow it down this much.
No worries.
I
I'm
thought
not-
I would have had an answer. I was wrong.
I'm gonna block it with a bird. This is my
Bird.
first time ever casting Dubscape. It sounded good in my head. I don't know how well it sounds.
No,
how good
it's
it
very-
sounds in practice.
I was about to say it's very good for you.
It's a good card, and I kind of want it for this deck, but at the same time, it would also kind of stop me too.
Yeah, if you can find a way to make your stuff uncounterable, it's pretty good.
Oh yeah, great.
That is all I have. Also, 2+1/+1 counters on my Vasa. I'll pass over to you, Scruff.
I'm gonna pay 2 life on your end step. Do the whole surveil thing. I will put Diregraph Rebirth in the bin and keep that card on top. And then go to my untapped step and draw. Draw. Oh, hey, look! I knew what that card was. We're gonna play a motherfucking island.
Finally got there.
Yup. So I think. Oh, I also have an upkeep trigger. I'm so sorry. So before I
Alright.
play the island, I'm gonna pay 3, and Genesis is in my bin. So during my upkeep, I will return Sir Conrad to my hand.
Seems good.
Then I'll play the island for the turn. She's currently in my hand. My problem is I don't know if it's soon enough for it to matter. But you know what? I'm gonna do something really, really funny. That's gonna seem hilarious. I'm gonna tap a Rami of the Dead Tide, and I'm gonna exile, shocking to literally no one, three lands. Oh, I only need to do two. So I only have two opponents. Force a Swamp. Command Tower will stay in the graveyard. And I'm going to give Steve Encore. And I'm going to pay 2 mana to Encore this little guy. I made 2 Steves.
That feels
Steve.
good.
I'm going to stack both Steves to go grab 2 lands. We're going to grab an island and a forest. We're going to shuffle, then we're going to go combat. And I know that it's going to die eventually. So I think it's going to have to be. So we're going to swing Sidisi at Eddie. And we're going to swing Scourge of Neltoth and Doom Whisperer at Zach.
Okay. Does
So you have a
Scourge
6/6
doesn't have
dragon.
trample, right?
He does not, but the Doom Whisperer does.
Yeah.
On attack for Sidisi, I mill 3. I will mill Tenacious Underdog, a forest, and an island. I will make a zombie because of the Tenacious Underdog going into my bin.
All right. I'm gonna block the Scourge with 1 bird, and I'll block the demon with 6 birds.
Okay.
Because it's a 6/6, right?
Indeed it is.
Okay.
You did good, my friend. You did good.
Going to block CDC with my Nylea's Emissary, which is also a 3/3.
Sidisi does fly.
Oh yeah, because I have Wonder in my bin.
Okay. Instead of that, then I'm gonna block my 1/2 spider that has reach.
Okie dokie. Sidisi, you lived. Okay. That's my turn.
All right. Gonna untap. Upkeep. I'm gonna ask the same question. How many cards in everybody's hand?
I have 5.
5.
7.
7. All right. So recurring insight will rebound. I will target Eddie. And with the recurring insight still on the stack, actually, I'm also going to cast Insidious Will to copy target instant. So I am going to copy the recurring insight.
Isn't it a sorcery?
It is, yeah, copy target instant or sorcery.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
All I heard was the instant part.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to make 10 birds because of both of them, and then I'm going to draw 14 cards.
Indeed.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, then I'm going to draw for turn. Okay. Alright, so step 1, we're going to play a land. We're going to play... Where'd it go? Well... 5... Alright. Where'd it go? We're going to play this Plains. And then we'll tap and cast Talrand. So whenever I cast an instant or sorcery, I make a 2/2 Drake.
Oh, yeah.
Then we will pay 1. Oop, can't use that. It's got to be blue. Pay 1 and cast this Brainstorm. So a couple of triggers. I will draw 3. I'll make a Drake and I'll make a bird.
Yep.
And then I will put 2 cards back on top of my library. It's gonna be that one. And
Have a good night, JJ.
that one.
Night, JJ.
Have a good night. Okay. And then that, I think, is it, unfortunately. So could not find a no max hand size card, so I will discard a good portion of these. But that is it for me. On you, Eddie.
Oh. Spooky.
Okay. That and draw. I'm gonna tap lanes for white. I'm gonna cast Spirited Companion. So on ETB I get to draw a card.
Sure.
Tvasa will trigger, I get to draw a card. And Herald of the Pantheon will trigger, I get to gain a life. I'm gonna move the that.
Mm-hmm.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 enchantments. So 6. I'm gonna swing my 9/9 Tvasa and my 9/9 Eidolon over at Zach for a total of 18.
Okay. I will block both of them with the birds. 1 bird each.
Okay.
Yep.
Pretty sure I already played a land. I don't think I did. So second main, play a land. And then I'm going to move to clean up. I'm gonna discard my Solemnity and pass turn.
Alrighty. Onto the tap. For upkeep trigger, I'm gonna ignore Genesis. There's nothing I want to pull out of my bin. Well, yet, I should say. And then draw for the turn. gonna play Dak more salvages land for the turn. Feels real bad. We'll go 2, 3, 4, 5. And we will play Sir Conrad the Grim. I'm then going to attempt to do something really silly here. I'm going to activate Arami of the Dead Tide. I'm going to give it's got to be I'm going to give Doom Whisperer Encore. And exile an island and a forest for my bin. To Arami's cost. And I will then pay 5 and encore out the Doom Whisperer. I make 2 copies of it. But the big thing that matters is Sir Conrad will trigger and deal each of you a damage.
Yep.
Then going to attempt to do something very, very silly here.
Mirror
I'm gonna
Force.
pay 2 life. I'm gonna bin both these cards. It is a Farhaven Elf and a Rejuvenating Spring. Sir Conrad will trigger, deal 1 damage to both of you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it again. Whew. Okay. I'm gonna bin both of these. It's a Hogak Arisen Necropolis and a Tomb Fortress. I'll have made 2 zombies at this point.
We take another one, right?
Take another one.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna bin both. It is an island in a Fortune's favor. Nothing happens there. So we will tap the 5 zombies. The Doom Whisperer that can swing at Eddie. And the Angel of Suffering. So that's 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna wait. We're gonna do Doom Whisperer one more time. So take myself down to 8. We'll bin both. It is Sivir's Nightmare Speaker and Path of Discovery. That'll make me another zombie. Then I do the thing I mentioned. That will allow me to cast Hogak Arisen Necropolis. That will deal... So you'll have taken a damage from Sivris for Sir Conrad, and then a damage for Hogak.
Yep.
I need to hit 1 card, and I think if I do, I actually win. I'm going to do it again with the Doom Whisperer. I will bin both. It is Ebon Death and Croson Grip. That'll deal another damage to all of you.
Yep.
One more time. That's all I feel comfortable with. Nope. I'll bin both. It is Zelix Sanity Flare. You know what? We're not getting anywhere. We are going to do it one more time. That'll be another damage from Conrad.
Okay.
World Shaper. We'll go into the bin. That's another damage from Conrad. And I will make 3 more zombies. 1, 2, 3. 3. Yep, I'll make 3 more zombies. So we're going to use another Infinitoken here. Three are untapped. Six are tapped. So we'll go to combat. I will swing Scourge of Neltoth and the Doom Whisper at Zach.
Mm-hmm.
And I will swing Sidisi at Eddie. Trigger on Sidisi, I mill 3. I mill Gravecrawler, Fact or Fiction, Swamp. That'll be another zombie created for Sidisi, and another damage from Sir Conrad.
Okay.
For the spooter.
Okay. So you have a 6/6 with trample and a 6/6 without trample.
Yeah. I will. God, this is risky as all hell, isn't it? I'm definitely blocking the one without trample.
Got it. I figured.
Yeah. You know what? I'll take the other 6.
Okay.
So I go to 7. And I lose a bird.
Yep. A creature died, so you'll both take one more.
Yep.
And then I will I will go to end step, and both these will get sacrificed, and Conrad will trigger and ding you both.
Yep.
For 2.
Okay.
I have a feeling you have a win in hand, which is why you don't seem worried. But I got nothing else.
That's fair. My concern is I'm pretty sure I can kill you and then just die to Eddie.
Oh yeah, man, I'm at 2 life.
Yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna, at the end of your turn, I'm gonna Swords to Plowshares your angel.
Okay. Yep, I gain 5 by power, right?
Yes. Yep, power.
Cool.
And I make a bird and a drake. And then I will go and untap. Draw. Okay.
The question is, how much are you willing to swing at me?
That is a good question. So, here's what we do. Because you have how many blockers? 6?
6, yes. I have an 8/8, a 5/4, and 4 2/2s.
Okay. Trying to do math. 7. Okay. So, I will... I'm going to cast this Inscription of Insight. 1, 2, 3. And I am going to choose to return 2 target creatures to their owner's hands. And I'm going to pick your non-zombie creatures, Scruff. So Conrad and Hogak.
Okie dokie.
And I will make a drake and 4 birds.
Yep. I am curious about something. I'm going to look at the top. I'm 99% sure I'm dead. I'm just curious about something.
4. And then that's 1. Alright. And then I will go to combat. And I believe, if I did my math right, 12 birds is lethal. 7 plus 4 is 11.
Yep.
So I will attack Scruff with 12 birds.
Just in case I have a combat trick of some kind. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I'll block 4 of the birds,
That makes sense.
and then I die.
Okay.
So I need to look to see where the hell that card is.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, I'm going to play second main phase Azorius Chancery, return an island to my hand. And then I will pass. And hope I don't die. So I have 3 total drakes. 4 untapped birds.
I was quite a ways away from it. The card I was looking for
What were you
was
looking for?
Gaia's Blessing.
Oh.
Because if I could have milled it, I would have shuffled my graveyard back into my library, and there are currently 22 creatures in my bin.
Oh yeah, so you just kill us.
It would have just killed you from Conrad. Yep. That's what I was looking for. It was too far down. And I don't think I had anything in my bin that could have helped me.
I'm gonna do something incredibly I'm gonna tap. My Woodland Stream for a blue. I'm gonna cast Flitterstep Eidolon. That'll trigger Herald of the Pantheon and my Tufasa, so I'm gonna draw a card. And then I'm going to and then I'm gonna gain a life. For 2, I'm or no, not gonna do that. Not gonna do that because it's not gonna work. Is fine because I ended up playing an enchantment. Eidolon at Countless Battles goes up to 10. I'm going to tap 2, 3, and 4, and I'm gonna cast Stoic Angel. 3/4 flying and vigilance. Players can't untap more than one creature during their own tap steps.
Concerning.
That's another creature. Eidolon of Countless Battles is going to go up to 11. Because that's a enchantment. Let's this go up again. Let's swap these over. 7, 2, and then I'm going to move to Punchies.
Okay.
So I'm going to can't attack with these, but I can attack with literally everything else. So I'm gonna go for broke. I'm going to swing Tuvasa, which will trigger. I'm gonna get +1/+1 counter put onto Tuvasa, making her a 11/11. I believe so. Yeah, it's 1/1, 8. Yeah, 11/11. Herald of the Pantheon, Arasta, Spirited Companion, Nylea's Emissary, and my Eidolon of Countless Battles.
What? No Shigeki?
But it's a 1/3, and I got to squat.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, technically I'm attacking with my Spirited Companion, but
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things coming in.
yes.
Okay. I will.
Creatures on board to even get past all of your stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. I will block. Spirited Companion is just a 1/1.
Yep.
Right, so I'll block that with a 2/2.
Just a little guy.
How big is the Arasta?
Arasta's a 3/5.
3/5. I will block Arasta with a 5/4. Then the Nylea's is how big?
Nylea's Emissary is a 3/3.
3/3. I will block that with a 3/4. And then the Herald of the Pantheon?
Herald of the Pantheon's a 2/2.
2/2. I will block that one with a 1/3. So they just bounce. And then 2 birds are gonna eat the 2 giant creatures that I cannot stop. So
After that, I will pass turn.
okay. At the end of your turn, we're going to cast this Sublime Epiphany. And I am going to return your angel to your hand. I'm going to create a token copy of a Drake, and I'm going to draw a card.
And you'll also make a Drake.
I will also make a Drake, and then I will also make 6 birds. So I go to 16 total birds. Draw. This goes away. We untap.
Putting notes in the deck list. Needs Wreck Sage. Needs Abrupt Decay.
Draw. Abrupt Decay doesn't actually answer it. Abrupt Decay only hits permanents mana value 3 or less.
I mean, it would still be a spell that you can cast.
That is true. You could still cast it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have 2 reach blockers, Eddie?
Yes.
2 reachy blockers.
Yep.
I think that this is lethal. So 2. Yeah, that should be lethal. I'm just going to attack with the flyers. And hope for the best. So that is 16 1/1s, 5 2/2s, and a 5/4. Yeah.
I'm gonna block.
Youch.
So I'm gonna block. Obviously, 2 of the biggest things with my spiders because they have reach.
Yep. So that's those 2.
Then there's 8, 16.
That's 24 still coming in.
24.
Yep. I can't block anything else.
Swords to Plowshare's your own thing.
Yeah. It wouldn't work. Although it would give you a blocker.
That is true, actually. You still would die, but, you know, it'd be funny.
Yeah. GG's.
Good game.
I would have drawn into one of my win cons. Enchanted Evening.
That is a good one.
There was one of the win cons for the deck is Avengers Zendikar.
All right, so that was definitely a sweet game. I had a ton of fun rewatching this video again to see how the deck performed. And I do still feel a little bit bad about what our deck did in that game. We just did the control player thing. We stopped our opponents from doing anything. We made a ton of tokens. We played a ton of counterspells. We got a ton of value. And we kind of just walked over the rest of the table. Not because their decks were bad by any means. They were actually very impressive decks. I was very impressed with how quickly Sadriana was able to get a massive board of dragons and how quickly Eddie just had a massive enchantress threat and how ScrufyNerfHerd had almost an unkillable engine of graveyard synergies. But because none of them had enchantment removal on non-creature spells, they weren't able to get through our Taigam and Dovescape monstrosity that we had constructed, eventually allowing us to just kind of keep swinging and keep knocking people out and making so many birds they couldn't deal with us. So I had a ton of fun in that game. Like I said, it has been a long time, but I really enjoyed getting to go back and watch this game again. So let me know down in the comments what you thought of this new style of video. Don't stress too much. The regular Commanders Guild deck techs and the edited down videos will be coming back in the future. Like I said, this week was just a little hectic, so I wanted to get this up. I've been working on this project for a long time, and I'm super, super happy that I finally get to show it to you all. So thank you so much for all of the support. And as always, let me know what you'd like to see in the future, and I will see you on the other side of the Dungeon Learner's Guide.